Hello, hope you're having a great day. Now this morning I utterly failed to get up at 7:30 and I allowed my mind to persuade me to have a lie-in until 9:30, which is not good. It's funny how getting up early in the morning, I can really sort of compare it to how I used to fail to not take cocaine, right? So every time I would go on a session, sniff a load of gear, every single time, when I woke up the next day, I told myself that was the last time. I was definitely not going to be doing gear again. When the next weekend came around, or when the next time that my girlfriend was doing night shift, for instance, came around, I was adamant that I was not going to take cocaine. You could have put me on a lie detector and I would have passed. I remember wishing that, that the next time my girlfriend was on night shift would come around. I was looking forward to it so that I could, not fail and actually succeed in not taking cocaine. And then, every time, when the next time came around, I would, give in. I'd change my mind. I would decide to take cocaine. And it's very similar to what's going on with me trying to get up early in the morning. Right now, I'm, 100% sure that tomorrow I'll be able to get up at 7:30. I wish it was tomorrow morning now so that I could, prove that. I know that, laying in bed for an extra 2 hours a day has really jeopardized what I've got planned today. I've got a lot of work to do to get the next video out on the other channel, as well as doing all the usual stuff like editing yesterday's video on this channel. So, that 2 hours, I needed that 2 hours and I've lost it now. But yeah, it doesn't matter what I'm thinking and feeling now. It's what I'm thinking and feeling when I wake up tomorrow, and it's my mind then that's gonna, come in and try and make me stay in bed. In the same way as when I used to sniff cocaine, it didn't matter that I'd wake up, on a come down and, be sure that I wasn't going to take cocaine again. It was my mind, a week later or a month later or whenever it was, it was my mind then that was going to decide whether I would end up taking cocaine again. So, yeah, it's very similar. But look, when I look at my life now, I would rather fail to get up every morning than fail to not take cocaine. It's got to the point where taking cocaine isn't even an option. It's not even on my radar. Now, I know for a fact that if I just so happen to be knocking about with certain people, or if I happen to be in certain situations and there was cocaine there, I know that there's a risk that I would take it. So I do need to, stay on the ball for the rest of my life, which is fine. But yeah, it's just got to the point now where waking up is as much of a struggle, or more of a struggle really, because it's an everyday thing, than the struggle I used to have of trying not to take cocaine. But anyway, I got up just after 9:30, which isn't ideal. But then, I was really quick to get through each stage of my routine because, when I got up at 9:30, I was, not as tired as I would have been when I woke up at 7:30. But I don't want that to be an excuse in future to have a lie-in. I need to get to the point where I'm getting up at 7:30 and being tired and still cracking on with stuff. I can't realistically, stay in bed until I'm not tired every day. If I do that, then I'm going to be wasting too much time. I'm not going to be getting enough stuff done. But yeah, once I did get up, I went through my routine really quick, had my water, salt water, vitamin C. I forgot to brush my teeth actually, so I'll have to do that after breakfast. Came into the front room here, wrote in my journal. I had a really good meditation session, to be honest. Got really present, really relaxed, my whole body felt like it was buzzing. I was, dragged every now and again by my mind into thoughts of, I'm not going to get through everything today now because I've wasted that 2 hours. But in general, the session was awesome. But again, I don't want that to become an excuse for my mind to make me lay in the mornings, it's better off laying in because then your meditation session goes better. No, I'd rather my meditation sessions weren't quite as good, if you like. But I got up early. But yeah, that was just one thing I noticed today. My meditation session was really good. And yeah, after that, I went for a walk around the block, went for a really brisk walk around the block because, I know I need to come back and carry on my stuff so that I can crack on with the rest of my day. So I'm about to crack on with my exercises. I've got boxing this evening. My injury, yeah, it really hurts, but I think you know, as I mentioned in yesterday's video, I really aggravated it at the gym yesterday. So, you know, I still feel like it's getting better, but yeah, it's still there in a big way. But I think this morning I'm going to focus on abs, really. I'm going to do sit-ups and I'm going to do, you know, 30 seconds of leg raises. But my third exercise, I am going to do push-ups because, yeah, that's just something I do most days. So I'm going to crack on with that, get it done as quick as I can. Then I'm going to jump in a cold shower without a delay, have my normal poached egg on toast breakfast, and then I need to dive into my work today because I need to stay really productive if I'm going to get everything done before boxing. And this morning I've been listening to another podcast where Doctor Gabrielle Lyon is on, this time with Bradley, which is a podcast I listen to regularly, you know, talking about how important skeletal muscle is and, yeah, how important, you know, having a high protein diet is. You know, even if you don't want to get big and muscly, you know, a lot of things, you know, stem from not having good quality muscle. You know, things like Alzheimer's, things like diabetes. You know, your skeletal muscle is like an organ in itself. And, you know, to build muscle, you need to eat a high protein diet. Now, I personally eat a very high protein diet. You know, I'm always eating chicken or steak, or I have loads of eggs every day. And the way I see it, even if you don't want to be muscly, even if you don't want to get stronger or whatever, if you eat a high protein diet and you get yourself full on protein, you've got less chance of being obese, right? Because stuff that's high in protein is very satiating, you know, it's very filling, you know. Like, I could eat a bucket of chips, but realistically, I'm not going to be able to eat more than 2 chicken breasts. And when you compare the calories between those two food sources and, you know, compare how bad for you a bucket of chips is versus 2, you know, chicken breasts, yeah, it's just always better if you have higher protein, you know, because you're going to get full before you've taken on a load of calories and a load of crap that's going to make you unhealthy. I do eat carbs, you know, I have fruit every day, I have salad, I have vegetables, but I don't eat pasta every day, I don't eat chips every day, you know, stuff like that. Like, I remember back in the day where I'd purposely have 2 slices of bread and butter with every meal. And when I say every meal, like, it was meals like, you know, pizza, chips and beans. So, you know, I would have 2 slices of bread to fill me up more. Like, so I'm filling myself up with carbs, like sugar, basically, crap, you know. Whereas nowadays, I just have really high protein meals. And you know what? I eat what I want. Like, I eat loads. I could eat a lot less than I do. But because I choose to eat things like chicken and salad and steak and things like that, I can basically eat whatever I want, you know, because I work out, you know, once or twice a day as well. And yeah, and because I drink loads of water, which is another thing. Too many people drink cola like all day, every day. You know, I've been there. I used to have 6 to 8 bottles of Coke every day. But luckily in my early 20s, I kind of got into the habit of drinking water every day. So yeah, it's just, you know, really interesting hearing like how important having a lot of muscle is, you know, aside from making yourself look good and making yourself stronger. Anyway, I've got to crack on with this workout. I've wasted too much time this morning. It's now 10:44 and I think I got out of bed at 9:34. So it just shows I can go through my whole routine, you know, pre-shower in 1 hour and 10 minutes. Although I did forget to brush my teeth. I wish I could get up at 7:30 and do that. It'd be so much more productive. Anyway, cold shower, breakfast. All right, it is now 7:20 in the evening. I haven't spoken to you guys since before I had my cold shower. I have just been grinding on my MacBook all day, obviously because I lost 2 hours this morning because I didn't get up early, and yeah, it was basically impossible for me to get the car video out today and get yesterday's video on this channel up, but I just managed to do it, like right down to the wire. At the moment I haven't even put a thumbnail on yesterday's on track video. It's just sort of uploading now and it's going to go public automatically. But yeah, managed to get the car video done. The car video, the guy we went to see, he basically builds remote control cars, and he very kindly built me 2. One for myself, but also one to raffle off. He wanted to, you know, support my YouTube channel in that way. So obviously had to set up the listing on my website for the raffle as well. So there was a lot that I had to get done, and I just hope that I have done everything right, because yeah, I'm on my way to boxing now. And yeah, my girlfriend Kat is giving me a lift, and we're just about gonna get there on time. Like, but yeah, it's been one of them days where I've just been under pressure and I've been like so productive. Like, and I've probably done more today than I would have done if I had got up at 7:30. Like, which is mad. I just thrive under pressure. I just wish I could work like that, you know, every day, and, you know, get up early. But it is what it is. My injury is still really hurting. Like, if I take one hit to there, like even, you know, a light sort of jab, like, it's gonna kill. And today we're with Coach Joe, who does the more technical stuff and, you know, does the head sparring and that. So we'll see how I get on. Like, I'm not gonna die at the end of the day, and yeah, I'm sure I'm gonna come out of boxing buzzing as usual, but I might be buzzing and in pain. Anyway, I haven't had even a chance to have lunch today. I had a bit of fruit. I'm gonna have a bit more fruit and then get to boxing. All right, well, I survived another boxing class, but it definitely wasn't good for my injured chest. Yeah, definitely aggravated it. I took a couple of light blows in that area when we were doing body sparring, but yeah, just in general, because it's quite an intense, you know, workout, it just aggravated it, and it just really hurt, especially at the end when we're doing sort of ab exercises and stuff like that, you know, all these different types of sit-ups. Like, yeah, I was in agony, but it's not that much worse than it was before I started. But yeah, just like yesterday when I was in the gym, I definitely sort of aggravated it, and then yeah, it just hurts a little bit more than when I started boxing. But I survived. I did do some body sparring and some head sparring, and yeah, managed to sort of not take any serious blows in that area, which is good. I'm having quite a late dinner. Huge chicken breast with eggs and a salad with all the extras that I throw in, and I'm going to have a protein yogurt for dessert. Now, today's been one of them days where, you know, I did get up ridiculously late, which is no good. And then, you know, because I got my head down all day, I was able to just about catch up and do everything that I needed to do. But, you know, it's not good enough. I don't want to be in a situation where I wake up tomorrow and, you know, I've kind of taught myself that it's okay to get up late, because, you know, there's no sort of negative consequences, because I was just about able to get my stuff done. But, you know, it still would have been better to get up at 7:30, you know, get all my stuff done without it being a last minute rush, and then, you know, maybe chip away at some other work. Like, so, yeah, it's not good enough for me getting up at 9:30 in the morning. Absolutely not. Now, a lot of people seem to be jumping on the raffle for the RC car, which is good. You know, it's going to bring in a few quid for the channel. And yeah, one of my subscribers gets a really cool RC car. But yeah, I'm going to eat this dinner, chill out with Kat, and try to get to bed relatively early. And fingers crossed, I managed to get out of bed tomorrow morning a lot better than I was able to this morning. I can hear Kat blending up our smoothie that we have every night. So yeah, looking forward to that. But look, as usual, massive thanks to everyone who's made it this far. I hope this video has been somewhat helpful or motivational. Feel free to say hello in the comments and we'll have a chat, or get in touch with me via Facebook, Instagram or email. All the links to all that will be in the description. But other than that, I'll speak to you tomorrow.